All right. Hello, guys. Sorry if you were on my live earlier. I had some difficulties with Kaylee. She might be set up a little bit better. Hopefully, I can try to get through this because she's being very tough today. But anyways, I'm super excited to be here with you today. Happy Valentine's Day. And just a reminder on these lives, I will dive straight into the topic and answer any questions or comments down below just to keep these short. But this is a really important topic and something that we talk about with our clients a lot. So this is for you if you feel like you are struggling to stay consistent with your health and fitness goals. So we're going to talk about something that is really, really important, which is how to engineer your environment. And so this is really going to set you up for success. And so the truth is, a lot of success with reaching your health and fitness goals does not come from motivation. It does not come from willpower. It comes from number one, consistency, and then number two is your environment. So your environment can set you up to help you be more consistent, to help you support your goals. And without this, you're going to have a much harder time actually reaching them. So in today's live, we're going to be covering why your environment matters, the small changes that you can make that will help set you up for success, and the practical strategies that can help engineer your surroundings. And this will help you almost feel like, just staying on track just kind of becomes more automatic. And that's how we want it to feel. So let's start talking about why your environment plays such a big role in your success. So most of us think about it, like thinking about it like this. We just feel like, oh my gosh, I need willpower. I need more motivation. And if I just had more of that, then I'd be able to reach my goals. But the reality is willpower is limited, or as you know, motivation is fleeting. Some days we wake up and we're feeling super motivated. But then others you have to constantly kind of like tap into it. And after a while, it just gets depleted and you're no longer motivated. And you typically kind of go through this like yo-yo, like up and down cycle where you're either all in or you're not doing anything at all. Your environment, on the other hand, is something that is constant. It is something that you can control and tweak to help set you up for easier choices. So I want you to kind of think about it like this. If you have a kitchen just full of junk food, it's going to be really hard to stick to, trying to eat healthier, no matter how motivated you are. If you have a busy day and your gym clothes aren't laid out the night before, it's much easier to just not pack your gym bag and skip your workout. So the more that your environment can support your goals, the less you have to rely on willpower alone. So I want to talk about some actionable ways that you can do this. So again, one of the easiest ways that you can engineer your environment is to make physical activity more accessible. So for example, if you feel like you struggle to get in steps throughout the day, or your weather, whatever you are, if it's super snowy or cold, or here it's just so freaking hot. So having something like a walking pad or a treadmill, this can really be a game changer for you. So you can set up in your office, you can set it up in your living room so you can get steps while you're watching TV. But just making movement a part of your daily routine, you're just like easily able to hit your step goals without even thinking about it. Another way is just to have like your workout gear ready to go. So you can lay out your gym clothes, you can put your sneakers in your gym bag the night before, so it's the first thing you see when you wake up. If you're packing a gym bag, or if you're working out from home. You can keep a set of dumbbells or resistance band in your living room so you can do a quick workout while you're watching a show, or taking a break from whatever you're doing. If you work from home, it can be something as simple as like standing up and doing some squats or lunges during your work break, just to kind of help you keep you a little bit more active. And the idea is just to make movement easy and remove as many barriers as possible. For me, I love wearing indoor shoes around the house, and all of my clients are probably like, oh my God, we freaking know. But it tends to not only just make me feel more productive, but I'm that much more likely to get up and do things around the house because I get more steps in. And for me, the other thing too, is like I don't feel tired at the end of the night. and feel like, oh my gosh, I need to put my feet up. They hurt so bad. Like I'm just so active around the house. I noticed a huge, huge, huge difference between when I was and when I wasn't wearing shoes in the house, and my my step count increased tremendously. Another area where environment plays a huge role is your nutrition. So we talked about earlier, like the food you keep around you is going to influence your eating habits, whether you realize it or not. So if your kitchen is just full of junk food or things that you probably shouldn't have a whole lot of, it's going to be really tough to resist, especially when you're hungry or tired. But if you keep healthy foods visible and accessible, you're going to be that much more likely to make better choices. So, you can keep like fresh fruits and vegetables at eye level in your on your kitchen counter. So it's going to be the first thing you see when you open up your fridge. Pre-cut veggies, washed, fruits, a smoothie kit, whatever it is, you're going to be that much more likely to reach for those instead of processed snacks or foods that you should only have a little bit of the time. So, similarly, meal prep can help a lot. So a lot of us kind of think that meal prep has to be this like elaborate thing that you see on Instagram, someone who's prepped breakfast, lunches, dinners, snacks, like they have 50 Tupperware containers for the whole week, but that's not what meal prep has to be. Meal prep could be something as simple as just like having ground beef cooked. It could be something as simple as chopping up some vegetables or washing your fruit and cutting them up. Like it doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be super, super quick, easy, simple. So, you're going to be that much more likely to grab takeout or Grubhub or something. So just setting aside just a little bit of time each week to, even if you want full meals, like if you're working from home and you want something that you can grab from the fridge, but just something that makes it a lot easier when you're short on time or when you're hungry. So the other thing, same thing, like with your pantry, making sure you do have some healthier options, higher protein options. You can have whole grains, nuts, protein bars, and just kind of keeping less healthier options out of sight or harder to reach. That way you have to like actively go out of your way to grab them. Another way to engineer your environment and really set yourself up for success is to create a designated space for working out. So whether it's a home gym or just a corner in your bedroom or a spare room with a yoga mat, some dumbbells, but just having a dedicated space will help you stay consistent. So you're not having to like constantly take things out all the time. So when you have a space that is specifically designed for working out, it kind of signals to your brain like, okay, it's time to focus and, really focus on fitness when I'm in this area. And it kind of also just helps remove excuses like, oh gosh, I don't want to drive to the gym or, my equipment isn't ready, whatever it is. It's just anything to cut down on time and help you make a better choice. So even if you don't have a lot of space, you can have a workout area with just the basics. You can have a mat, a couple kettlebells, a dumbbell, resistance band. But the key is to have this space ready for you to use at any time. That way you can fit in a quick workout even on your busiest days. So again, I'm 100% like, I have done this before. Like this is me. I feel like I need to be able to dedicate like an hour to working out. And sometimes it can feel like, God, I only have 20 minutes. So what is this going to matter anyway? But if that happens every single day, if I'm trying to allot myself an hour to work out, but I don't do it because I don't have the hour. Well, what if I did a 20-minute workout every single day? That's a lot of time that adds up. So just keeping that at the forefront when we're thinking about consistency. So the other thing that we want to think about too is like your environment is not just about your physical surroundings. It's about the people that you surround yourself with. So this is why a lot of people talk about like, oh, I love the vibes at my gym or something like that, or like it's just not there, I'm not motivated. So picking the right gym or having a support system in place can make a really big difference when it comes to staying on track with your health and fitness goals. So this could be joining a specific gym that you feel like has a better morale, or fitness classes where you feel like you have accountability from other people. It could be something as simple as having a friend or a family member who supports your goals. It can make a really, really big difference having someone that you can go to. And then, of course, plugging us and coaching, it's really nice to have a community of like-minded women, specifically moms who are all trying to work towards their goals. And it just makes you working towards your goals that much easier. We're all trying to solidify these habits together. If you live with someone, whether it's a spouse or roommates, like communicate your goals to them. Let them know what kind of support you might need, whether it's like, hey, can we not buy a certain type of food? Kaylee's like printing something. Oh my gosh. This is what happens when you have a mobile baby. I thought it would be less hectic having her down below, but it is not. Or just like what kind of support you need, whether it's like, joining you for a workout or offering you words of encouragement, anything like that. Encouraging like, hey, on Fridays, I don't want to do takeout anymore, or I'd like to have higher protein options, whatever it is, let them know. And again, we talked about like surrounding yourself with positive influences online. So following social media accounts that inspire you and motivate you, rather than make you feel bad about yourself, or, joining an online fitness community with groups like this where you can get support and advice. So, finally, one of the easiest ways to engineer your environment is to set visual reminders for your goals. This could be something as simple as putting up a little vision board in your home office. It could be something that you have as your desktop on your screensaver, but just daily reminders. You could have daily reminders on your phone. You could have sticky notes with motivational quotes. But when you're constantly, seeing reminders of your goals, it just helps you stay more focused and driven. So, having something on the mirror that says like, I'm strong, I'm capable, I'm committed. You can remind yourself to stay on track, even on those days where you're not feeling motivated. There are tons of apps and trackers that will help, keep you more accountable as well. So Fitbit, smartwatches, they give you kind of like nudges to move, remind you to drink water, as I'm like, oh my gosh, I need water right now. But these little reminders can really go a long way with helping you build more consistent habits. And so to wrap things up, because we're at 12 minutes and Kaylee, I think, is going to break my printer, engineering your environment to support your health and fitness goals is one of the most powerful strategies that you can use. So when your surroundings make it easier to stay on track, you're not going to have to rely so much on willpower and motivation, especially because those are not consistent. So start by making, movement more accessible, keeping healthy foods more visible, creating a dedicated workout space, surrounding yourself with support, visual reminders to stay focused. So just small changes in your environment can lead to really, really big results over time. So hold on. So thanks so much for joining me today. I hope that this was helpful. Sorry, it was a little bit longer and a little more chaotic than normal, but I encourage you to take a look at your environment and see where you can make some changes. I'd love to hear down below if you listen to this and think of something that would work for you in your lifestyle, to see if it would encourage or motivate someone else in this group. But I will see you all next week, and thank you so much for our time together. And happy Valentine's Day.